In the wake of But It Came Out in 2007, spawning thanks to Michael Bay inserting Linkin Park's What I've Done into the credits of the first Transformers film, we're seeing a huge influx of live-action Transformers content hitting digital screens. Given the fact that many of us grew up with these live-action films, watching them thrive as a relevant meme in the modern era is quite cool. It's not as if Transformers memes haven't always been popular, even with older formats such as the cheap 80s animation. What sets these modern edits of the transforming robots apart, however, is the fact that they all utilize footage specifically from the Michael Bay films. These films, whilst kind of middling and vulnerable to over-advertising, managed to push the envelope for a PG-13 rating and contain some pretty fun action scenes, despite some awful comedy, which coincidentally makes them perfect for shitposting. At any rate, the fact that Transformers has managed to stay relevant online is pretty incredible. Whilst it started as a simple animation just to sell toys in 1984, it quickly became a beloved franchise genuinely appreciated by a large fan base. As each generation who grew up with Transformers becomes older and subsequently the dominating demographic of the internet, their version of Transformers has become the dominating piece also. Gen X grew up with the original Transformers, and whilst they were ruling the net, memes from the 80s version of Transformers were incredibly popular. Then, as the millennials came in, 90s versions of the show arrived, as well as bits of the 2007 adaptation for the late millennials and those on the cusp of Gen Z. Now, we're seeing the later revisions from the early to late 2010s having their time in the sun. Of course, a lot of this generation labeling is pseudoscience, as placing someone in a cohort and expecting that to define their behaviors and attitudes is the epitome of generalization. However, with the popularity of these clips ballooning on the daily, it's pretty clear Transformers has done an incredible job of ingratiating itself into all levels of pop culture. Some of the live-action iterations have been criticized as light military recruitment ads, given their dive deep into soldier subplots, but man, sometimes it's great to turn off your brain and ignore all that noise. There's also a new one coming out soon, with a big monkey gorilla dude starring as a character, which looks pretty cool. They're never going to be the types of film or media that will intellectually challenge their audiences, but they scratch a very specific itch when it comes to big dumb robots fighting a big dumb war with explosions, guns and missiles. In short, Transformers memes are indicative of a franchise that has managed to appeal to young people over many generations, and to see its live-action iteration find relevance in modern shitposting is fantastic. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
And remember, like and subscribe!